Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If it's your first time on the channel, welcome. It's great to have you. This is an exciting video. Today we're diving into something truly exciting for the astrophotography community, the newly released high-resolution astrophotography image sharing mobile app, Picastro. Joining us is none other than the app's creator himself, Tom McCrorie. In this video, we'll be interviewing Tom to cover everything you need to know, how to get started with the app, its pricing, standout features, and the fascinating story behind its creation. Plus, Tom will give us an exclusive sneak peek at the app's user interface and show us just how easy it is to navigate and a few of the advanced features as well. If you've ever wished for a dedicated platform to share and explore stunning high-res astrophotography images on the go, this is the app you've been waiting for. So stick around, join us as we take you behind the scenes with the creator himself. Let's do it. All right, welcome everyone to this exciting collaboration between the West Virginia Astrophotography Association and Picastro. I'm joined by Bill Brown, the president of the WVAA, and Tom McCrorie, the CEO and founder of the recently released Picastro. Today we're diving into Tom's newly released mobile astrophotography image sharing app. And in this video, we'll kind of be walking you through everything you need to know to get started with the app, from its origins and key features on how you can get the most out of it, coming from the creator himself. So we'll also have maybe some back and forth Q&A to address any concerns or questions one might have. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Tom, why don't you start by introducing yourself, sharing a little bit about your background, and telling us maybe a little bit about your work as a graphic and branding designer and how it kind of branched into this app, I guess.
Thanks, Jonathan. Thanks, Bill. Thanks for inviting me along. Yeah, my name is Tom, and I've been a branding and graphic designer since 1996, so quite a long time. Seen a lot of change in that time, but I've been running my own business for it'll be 18 years in March next year. So working from my home office, give or take a few wee bits and bobs here and there. I love it. I love the job so much. I've had the delight and the opportunity to work with so many great clients, from fast-paced, high-growth startups to large organizations and helping them with their branding, all that kind of stuff that runs with that. I do a little bit of strategy as well, so I mix the pretty stuff with the brand strategy. So and that, I guess, has kind of helped to an extent with Picastro. So there's a nice synergy with my branding experience and expertise, I guess, with what I've done in Picastro. And Picastro is now my main core business. And I started that about 2.5 years ago, working in stealth mode, I guess, just kind of testing and asking some people around what they wanted to do. And here we are with the app launched about 8 weeks ago now, and it's going really well. It's going. I'm so proud of what me and the team have done. I do have a small team that I work with as well that are a lot cleverer than I am. and yeah, we've been working on it solidly. We've made a lot of changes. We've listened to customer feedback, all that really important stuff, and iterated with the platform and just made it the absolute best it can be, I guess.
Awesome. So Tom, I take it, well, I do know, but if you'll tell the folks a little bit about your background in astronomy and astrophotography, and then your concept, how you came about the concept for Picastro.
So I guess, like most people, I started the hobby the same way. You get a little telescope and you start to look at the moon and you see some craters, but actually going back a little bit, I've always had a passion for astronomy and astrophotography ever since I was a little tiny person. And quite lucky when I grew up that we lived in fairly decent skies, kind of probably about Bortle 3, maybe. Lived beside a farm. And I guess kind of life stuff gets in the way, and then you grow up and then you forget about things. But for a very special birthday present, my wife got me a starter telescope, and that completely reignited my passion again for the night skies. And like I said, you start off with looking at the moon and some of the planets and watch them whiz past your viewfinder and trying to scrabble holding your phone to the mount to try and take a picture. And very, very quickly you kind of you realise that you grow out of that equipment, and then and we joked about that earlier on, Bill, you start down this massive big rabbit hole of buying equipment to satisfy your obsession with the night sky. So that's kind of how it started, really.
Okay, sounds great. What about your concept for the app you've developed?
Yeah, so I guess one of the things that I wanted to do was I guess share my pictures online. And very, very quickly, I started to have an Instagram account and a Facebook account, and I guess I always knew that I wanted to tie in my branding expertise with the astronomy stuff. So I should have brought it actually. I self-published a book about the moon about a year into my journey called 50 Shades of Titanium. And it was a little whimsical look at the moon. And the IAU, obviously, we all know they name the craters on the moon and they give them certain nomenclature. And I thought, wouldn't it be funny if we found a way to pair some of those crater names together to form other funny things? And I ran it past a friend and I said, what do you think of this idea? And she went, that's hilarious. So I wrote a book and got the community involved and got them to send me some moon pictures. I used some stuff from NASA, some of my own moon pictures, and curated this moon book where it paired these funny crater names together to form funny things. Like there's a crater called Boogler and a crater called King, and it kind of sounds like Burger King a wee bit. So that was the kind of premise of it. There's a few rude ones in there that I won't say, but that kind of got people to find out what my humor was like, I guess. And I sold a few hundred of those books and people absolutely loved it. So I thought, do you know what? People like what I was doing and people liked my humor. So I thought maybe there's something that I could grow on with this. And I wanted to share my pictures on social media, but very quickly spotted that social media was inherently flawed with fake accounts and bots and spam and all that kind of stuff. And my images were kind of getting hidden. So I figured there must be a better way to do this. And I just hated the fact that every time I shared an image, it was kind of being hidden. People weren't getting to see it. I wasn't able to share high-res images. And that, I guess it was kind of born out of frustration more than anything else, Picastro was. So I figured I need to try and change this somehow. And I looked around and there's obviously other platforms available to look at astronomy stuff, but there wasn't any that were particularly conducive to mobile phones. And I'm a heavy mobile phone user. I share all my stuff on mobile, and there wasn't a dedicated platform that allowed people to share astronomy images with details that were really specific to astronomy images. So that's kind of how it started, really.
Awesome. And that's a natural progression. We all go through it. We're inspired with what we see. We capture images. We strive to improve them. And then we want to share those images and let everybody else experience them. So that's absolutely correct. And there are inherent flaws on current platforms. Social media, a lot of compression, it's just not the same. So
yeah, I mean, we spend hours, days, weeks taking these images, and we want to show them off in the best we can so that people can admire them. And I guess that's the kind of flaw, really, that there wasn't a dedicated place to allow us to do that. It kind of grew from there, really.
Awesome. So right now this is a mobile platform for phone use and everybody's got a phone. Do you have plans to expand this to say tablets, PCs or a Mac or whatever anybody would use in the future?
One thing that I was really conscious of starting this project was making sure that I asked people what they needed and what they wanted. And very, very quickly with my own social media platforms, I started to garner a little bit of an audience. So I get a few thousand people following me. So I started to think I need to ask everyone what they want on the platform. And without fail, 90 to 95% of people wanted a mobile app, with a few people who wanted a tablet version. So I thought really quickly that gap needs to be filled somehow. So by asking people what they wanted, that was born out of that as well, really.
Does it not work just like an app would on a tablet?
Jonathan, yeah, you can use it on a tablet, but because it's a native platform, it's stuck to the. I mean, it works on iOS and Android, but there's so many different types of phones within that. There's hundreds of phones that it needs to work on, and that was one of the technical hurdles that we had to get over. The fact that there's so many different types of phones, it needed to look right on each of those different types of phones. and it needed not to break on each of those different types of phones. So that was a technical mountain that we had to climb, but we kind of got there. But to answer the question, yeah, next year there'll be a proper tablet version coming out, and we're kind of tentatively working on that at the moment. Middle to tail end of next year, there will be a way that you can upload on a desktop. I guess the way Instagram works. So Instagram's an app, a native app, but it does have a desktop facility you can kind of view stuff on. But Picastro will be slightly different. You'll be able to upload from your desktop as well. So that'll be quite interesting. That'll be quite good.
Awesome. Is there any particular advantages you want to highlight to the audience and let them know what Picastro does exceptionally well and different than the other platforms that are out there?
One of the things that I was really conscious of doing was making sure that Picastro appealed to people starting out in the hobby, as well as experts in the hobby and everyone in between that. Some of these other platforms, they're not particularly geared up to astronomy and astrophotography anyway, but some of the other platforms that are available that do allow you to upload pictures are not massively conducive with a mobile device. So I wanted to make sure that it was a really easy place to be, a simple app to use, so that anyone with a smartphone who just wanted to take pictures and upload it and let others admire it could do that, as well as somebody who has mono cameras and filters and all that kind of stuff, but really make it such an easy process to upload an image. So it literally takes 30 seconds to upload an image if you've got a really detailed amount of kit, filters and all that kind of thing. And I've tried to streamline that process as well, so there's repeatable things that you can use within the platform. So there's something called setups, where you can do your setup once with all your gear and you can reuse it and duplicate it and edit it within the platform. So it makes the whole platform really easy to use because of the way it's designed, and because I got people involved with beta testing and all that kind of stuff, that everybody, I guess, give me feedback on that process, so that it did make it a really easy place to be, and a really easy thing to use.
Okay, sounds great. And we'll hit some of these things later during the discussion here. We'd like to have you do a little drive through of the app possibly. It is very fast to upload images. I love that feature of it. There's no compression on the platform. There's no anything, but coming from a mobile device to upload, what would you recommend would be the best format? I have my own preference, but what would you recommend to upload from a mobile device?
I hate myself for it, but I'm a massive big Apple fan. So at the moment, the platform takes JPEG, TIFF, PNG, and WebP. From my perspective, I think WebP is a really good format, but I know some Android users can't upload native WebP and I think TIFF formats as well. But actually, depending on the pixel resolution and the image size, the platform will take up to 120 megabyte JPEG. So that's pretty big. That's probably about, I don't know, 12,000 by 12,000 pixels. That's a pretty big image to zoom in on. It makes it quite easy to upload, but my own recommendation is definitely WebP. So WebP keeps the file size really low, but maintains the quality of the image.
Okay, and you found that to be better than, say, a PNG file?
PNGs they're good. In my own opinion, WebP is definitely better. And I know you can export WebP natively in PixInsight. Next year I'm looking at doing XFS files and all that kind of stuff as well. So there's good things to come next year too. So I think most people are uploading JPEG.
Yeah.
So
okay.
But they're uploading really big JPEGs. I noticed a couple of guys yesterday uploading like a 50, 60 megabyte JPEG, which is actually, even when the tablet version comes out next year, that's going to be fantastic looking still. Even looking at on a tablet screen or a mobile screen, that's going to look amazing.
Yeah. Awesome. So I know you said that you've been working on this for a couple years now. You've made many improvements since the initial release.
Yeah, learned a lot, learned an awful lot.
Plus, you're very responsive to take, somebody's suggestions as to what they would like you've said before. So that's fantastic to have a developer that is listening to the audience and implementing what they would like to have in an application.
I think that's so important. Oh, so important, particularly because people know me for Picastro, and I need to make sure that I continue that level of support. It's really interesting actually, because I get messages from people that don't know me at all, and I'm customer support, I'm development manager. I'm all those hats at the moment. So it's nice when you get a message from someone to say, "Oh, I've got an issue. Can you help with it?" And I'll get it sorted right away. And they'll message me back and say, this is amazing. Customer support's fantastic at Picastro. I wish all social media platforms are like this. So it's really important for me to know that people can speak to someone on the platform. And hopefully as the platform grows, it will still hopefully be me that they speak to. But yeah, I think it's really important, whether it's me or whether it's someone else, that it's a real person to speak to.
That's awesome. Yeah. Great customer support. Can you tell us a little bit about what the pricing structure is for Picastro?
So that was one of the things that I learned. I don't know everything. You highlighted earlier on that I do definitely like to listen to people. So there's 3 price structures at the moment. There's an 8-day free trial, which just gives you a complete overview of the platform. So you can upload images, you can engage with the community, you can ask questions, you can message each other, you can create Starcams, and you can do all the things on the platform that will give you a really, really nice overview of the platform. I've given them names as well. So there's Callisto, Titan, and Ganymede. There's also a 3-month trial as well, which gives you the same access to all the new features that are coming up on the app, and the same amount of use of the platform. So you can do all the same things that you can do in the 8-day trial. Ganymede is the 8-day free trial, and that doesn't cost you anything, obviously. Next tier up is Picastro Titan, which gives you 12-month access to the platform, all the existing features and all the new features for the term of your plan. And Callisto, which is £19-ish for 3 months. So it works out cheaper, obviously, to do the 12-month plan. But I think what most people are doing is they're starting off with the 8-day free trial, getting to grips with the platform, seeing what it can do, seeing how it can benefit them. And then they're upgrading to the Titan platform, which is the most cost-effective way to do it, I guess.
And this is a good repository where you can keep all of your high-res images as well. So
one thing that I would say is that Picastro isn't. I've tried to build it like a true social media platform, so it's not a place to store your data. I do recommend that you always keep your own data in your local storage. It's taking all the good bits from social media the way it used to be, that community thing, that engaging with each other, that sharing knowledge, that sharing information. It's taking all those good bits that used to be there and injecting it into Picastro. And it was a flaw that I found with social media when I started the platform, that's just been lost. It's all about advertising. It's about stealing your data. It's about watching what you do. It's about monitoring how long you spend on things so that it can serve you more images that you don't really want to see. And there's none of that in Picastro, so there'll never be adverts. There's never, the algorithm that runs it is purely there to show you space images. It's not there to sell you adverts or anything like that. So that was a really important thing to me, to make sure that the platform would always be advert free and would always be bot free and would always be spam free and fake account free, with the added bonus of community and sharing high-res images.
awesome. Awesome. So tell us a little bit about how everyone can find Picastro.
So it's available to download on the App Store and Google Play Store. And I guess if you just type in Picastro, it pops up right away. And you know, the great thing, people have been really, really kind and left amazing reviews. So you'll see all the reviews on there as well. Google reviewers are more readily willing to leave reviews. Apple users don't tend to. So there's less Apple reviews than there is Google reviews, but all the reviews are just, makes me really happy to read the reviews that people that I don't know and have never met speak really, really positively about the platform. That's such a nice thing to read, such a nice thing to get feedback on. So yeah, iOS and Android.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, with that, would you care to give us a little drive through of the application and share that out so folks can see that?
There's a few hundred on there at the moment, erring on the side of a good 8 weeks launched. So it's still very, very new.
Yeah.
There's definitely a few hundred people on there.
Yeah.
But as I say, not everyone's active. And I was joking to Bill earlier on there, because it's high-res images on the platform, people are only sharing the really, really good images. They're not so inclined to share the images that would normally have shared. So that's quite nice as well. So let me just log in to my platform here. Okay. Okay, so I guess the first thing you're presented with when you go through the sign up process is your own homepage, which is where you upload your own images. At the top left-hand corner, you have a notification bell, which obviously gives you notifications for people that have messaged you, anyone that's uploaded an image, or anyone that's made a comment on, well, there's a couple actually just now, so you can swipe those away, or you can just bin them all. Let's go back. There is a little icon here which allows you to share it with your friends if you wanted to, or just either share a shareable link, which is down at the bottom, or you can just type in their email. You can share it that way. There's a search feature on here as well, which I'll go over a little bit later on. There's a main navigation, which gives you access to all your account stuff, terms and conditions. There's a little walkthrough on the app as well, which is quite good, that some people completely ignore. I mean, I put in these two options because I definitely don't read manuals, and actually most people don't either. So, but you can repeat the walkthrough if you feel that you've missed anything anyway. You can share your own profile, which gives you a publicly shareable link that you can put on your existing social media platforms. Once you've set up your own profile, you can edit your own profile as well. So you can see that it kind of works and feels like a social media platform. You can put in your own bio, you can put in a couple of website links. I'll go over all these little bits in a wee second. Down the bottom is your main homepage. At the bottom here is what's called Starcam. So I guess it's a bit like WhatsApp groups. So you can set up groups of people that you would talk to regularly. These are all encrypted and stuff as well. So I'd never ever get to see this stuff. So security is really, really important for the platform. Over the last 8 weeks, there's been 52,000 messages shared on the platform. So I don't know what you guys find to talk about, but that's quite a lot.
So it's kind of like the star camps can really give you a place to kind of form communities.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
the other thing as well is that on messages, you can type messages, but you can share images on the message center as well. There's a little icon down here, so you can, if you want to share a preview image of a new object you've taken with one of your friends, you can share it and get some feedback on it.
Yeah.
It just opens up your folder on your phone. To the right of the Starcamps is messaging center, and you can only message people that you follow and they follow back. So there's not any way that you'll get any kind of spammy messages and stuff. Not that you would anyway on the platform, because it's only people that have an interest in Astro. You can create a message and send it to, you can search for someone, or you can just send people messages. There we go. The good thing about this as well is that you can reply to messages, you can delete messages, you can do all that kind of. So down here, there's a telescope icon. And if you don't have any friends or anything at the moment, you can do who to follow. And you can just scroll through that and pick people that you want to follow. You can see there's tons of people on there. Some of these user profiles haven't uploaded any images yet. I keep getting really passionate about it because I share images all the time, but not everyone's like me. Other people have a life. I maybe don't. But yeah, so when you first land on it, that's where you would look for people to follow. And you just click follow. So yeah, when you start to follow people, this is where you'll see all of their images, essentially. Just you scroll through it and you look for images that you like. But the good thing about the platform as well, it's got what's called a dynamic search field. So if I wanted to search for, let's search for M42. And it'll throw up all the images of M42. Or if I wanted to search for M45. So the dynamic search field's quite good because you don't need to get bogged down with lots of filters and stuff. It'll pick up all the content that's on the website as well. Or you can search for users as well. In the top right-hand corner here, there's also a filter feature that you can do, randomizer or most recent or user location, northern or southern hemisphere, telescope type. You tone it and then you click back into that and it'll show you all the images that are taken with those particular subsets. What I was saying earlier on as well is that as much as it's a social media platform, it's fairly and squarely aimed at people in astro. So let me go back. There's so much in this platform. It's so huge. Let me go back. The whole premise of the platform is about giving back. So it's not about chasing likes and follows. I don't like that in social media because I just want to share amazing images with people that just want to see them. And if people want to reward me for that, that's fantastic. But I like to admire other people's images. So that's, I guess, the whole premise of this platform, that the stars are the number of likes that you've given out to people, not that you've received from people. And the trophies are the trophies that you've received from everyone. It's paying it forward and giving it back, really. It's not about chasing the follower count, which is fine for some people. I kind of get that, but not for me. I want to admire good stuff and reward it accordingly. So that's the whole purpose of the platform. You're the only person that gets to see this. So when you go to another person's profile, let me show you. Let's go to Sam Bush. I'm sure you probably heard of Sam. So you only see the trophies that Sam's received for his images, given out, and you only see the stars that he's given out. So you don't see Sam's follower count and stuff. Sam is the only person who gets to see that. And then you can just admire all of Sam's really pretty images. Let's go back to the main feed. So when people upload images, they can upload an image with what's called a star card, and that shows as a little icon to let the users know that that user has uploaded more detailed information about that particular object. And all this is pre-stored that the user has set up already, so you can reuse it. So you don't need to type it out all the time. And again, that was a bit of a flaw with, I guess, traditional social media platform. It wasn't really set up for Astro. So the users can reuse that and share that information with everyone else in relation to total exposure time, approximate moon coverage, and location and bottle number. And these things are really good from a learning capacity as well, because you can see the image, obviously, and you can see the type of equipment that's been used to take that image. Also, if you click the image again, you can pinch zoom and you can see all the amazing details on that particular image. So it's such an easy platform. I mean, there's lots of nice things to find as well. So if you click into a person's image and you want to see their homepage, you just click on their profile image and it'll take you to their actual homepage as well. So there's just so many bits to find within the platform, and it makes it such an in-depth platform to use.
For sure.
It's very feature rich, and I'm always adding on new ways to do things and always trying to simplify the process as well, Bill. So the big yellow button, the plus button at the bottom, is where you upload your images. Let's just click that. There's a few ways that you can upload an image. You can just upload an image and a title and a little description and then just post it. In order to do that, you just click in the box and it pulls up the images that are on your phone, or the images that you've got stored in your OneDrive or wherever you keep your high-res images. You give it a title and that description, and then it'll post that to the main feed. The other way to do it is to upload your image, give it a description, and then add some basic details about the object, what the object type is, the bottle number, your location, approximate lunar phase. These are manual entries at the moment. Next year, I'm looking at adapting the platform so that it recognizes and, I guess, plate solves the image for you as well, which makes it a little bit easier for everyone, really. Type in your telescope type. When you choose these drop downs, you'll see the options here change a little bit. So if I go from nebula to lunar, you see that it changes to video length and all that kind of stuff, number of frames. So it's really quite specific to Astro, but it's made the whole process really quite easy and seamless to use. So that's the second way to do it. The other way to do it is to upload a star card. So you will probably have pre-populated information on your star card. I've already got a nebula set up that I can use, and that's set up for mono and all that kind of thing as well. You can manually enter a star card, which will give you options for camera type, so that it starts to give you your filter types, cooling, and you would save this as a preset as well, but you can also enter it manually if you want to. When I do my mono setup, the only thing that's a mandatory is the cooling. If you've chosen one-shot color or mono, I normally cool to -10. So there's an option to add in your narrowband filters, or you can add in broadband filters as well. So, and you just save that. I guess it kind of adapts to how you want to use it, and that's how I've designed and built it. Actually, there's a couple of people have come back and said, oh, I do RGB stars differently. So that's another option that I'm going to add in next year, because your RGB stars will be taken at different exposures to the rest of the image, for example. I'm always listening to people and always taking on feedback, and I think that's definitely really important for the platform. Let me see what else we have. So there's another feature called Image of the Month and Image of the Week. So these are all voted for by the community. So I don't get to choose this. These are all images that have been chosen by people on the platform. There's been 3 images of the month so far. So you can, I guess you can kind of see the engagement on here as well. But so the images are chosen based on number of stars that it's received, that image is received, and number of trophies that image is received. And they're not voted by a select few, they're voted for by the whole community, which makes it really very different. So you're not getting the same people that's winning Image of the Week and Image of the Month all the time, which I felt was really, really important from a community perspective, that everybody felt that they had a chance, because everyone's at different levels. I think the thing that makes the platform, Picastro platform, great is that everybody knows that, and everybody is more willing to say, do you know what, that's their first image of Bode Galaxy. I'm going to give them a gold trophy because they've tried really, really hard to make that work. I think everybody gets to see that on the platform, as opposed to thinking that that's an image of Bode's Galaxy that's got 110 hours behind it by somebody who's been doing it for 10 years. Sure, that's really, really important to reward that. But I think the platform itself rewards people that are at various stages of the hobby and their journey. And I think that's really, really important to remember that. So go back to the main feed. If you are scrolling through the images, you think, oh, I really like that image. You want to find a way to remember what that image is. So there's 3 little dots up here that if you click it gives you another submenu. If there's a star card that will show you the star card, you can add the user to Starcam. You can share the image publicly. You can message the user. You'll only be able to do this if you follow the people. If for some unholy reason there is an image that shouldn't be on there, you can block the person, or you can report the image. You can do all the things that you would do with a regular social media platform. Or you can save the image, and you can save it within presets. So that was a galaxy, I think. So let's just save that to galaxies, and let's go back to our saved objects. It's a really neat way to save images that you've liked, that you maybe want to learn from. It saves it in presets, so lunar, planetary, galaxy, nebula, clusters, all that kind of stuff as well.
So that saves it to your profile online in Picastro, and not actually allowing an image to be saved to a local computer.
Yeah, it saves it to the platform. So
Yep.
it just allows you to recall those images a lot faster and without having to look for them. Instagram's horrifically difficult to use to find an image. Facebook's just vast. It's just impossible to find where your saved objects are. So I've tried to streamline the whole process of social media, but for Astro. I've included a nice little thing called gift a plan to a friend. So if there's someone that you really like and you think this should be on here, you can gift them a free plan, or you can gift them a paid plan. And that's a really nice way to help I guess, promote the platform as well.
Very nice. Very well done, and continually being improved upon.
That's the really important thing, Bill, is that I'm always listening, always making improvements. I'm just trying to make the platform a really, really beautifully easy, simple place to admire, whether it's a
Looks
wide
good.
field of the Milky Way or whether it's just a M45. Rob's images are fantastic.
Mm,
Yeah,
very nice.
looks really nice.
I mean, just the details that you get from it and the ease of use on it. I mean, the number of people that use mobile devices is just insane these days. So,
Yeah.
and I know there's a few kind of hard and fast people that just want to use desktop machines to view these things, but I've had a lot of people come back to me and say, "Do you know what? Once I've started to use it, they absolutely love the ease of it." I think that's a real nice bit of feedback to get back.
It gives people that like instant kind of place to share 'em.
It does. It really does. And in such a kind of seamless way as well. Astrophotography, the hobby in general, is really, really good because everybody's really happy to share stuff they've learned and happy to give you information back and mistakes that they've made. There's a few, you do find some bad eggs sometimes, unfortunately. Hopefully they won't be on here, but the thing I've tried to do with this platform is make it really accessible for everyone, whether they're using a smart scope or whether they're using a 65 grand plane wave. It doesn't really matter. It's that community thing that we all love and hold dear that I want to really build on with this platform.
Well, Tom, we'd like to definitely thank you very much for your contribution back to astrophotography and giving back to the entire environment here. And I did want to let everybody know that WVAA has partnered with Picastro. Not only are individual members utilizing the platform, but also we have an account for the organization and in the process of sharing all of our Hall of Fame images out there as well. So
I'm glad you guys are using it. I'm glad people love it. Yeah, it makes me happy to read the really positive comments and get the really positive feedback. Actually, it makes me really happy to get that constructive feedback as well of something that I could do better within the platform. So that's always really important to make sure that I listen to that and just make it the best place that I can be, that the platform can be, and for everyone to use it. So yeah, thanks to you guys for using it as well. So
absolutely, absolutely. It's a perfect platform for any astronomy or astrophotography organization to go out and your star camps lend right into that, where we can chat back and forth between membership and all that right online on social media. So really good work, really good work. So we definitely appreciate it.
no, I'll give you another quick example. Actually, I was talking to a friend yesterday on Instagram messages. We were geeking out on Thor's hammer and all that. Sounds a bit crazy. We were geeking out on that kind of Thor movies and stuff like that. He spoke about the name of Thor's hammer, which I completely forgot, but he told me and he reminded me what it was called. And then 30 seconds later, I kid you not, I went onto my Instagram feed and all of a sudden all these Norse things started showing up. And I'm thinking, so that's supposed to be a private message between me and someone else. And then all of a sudden I'm being fed adverts based on Norse stuff on my Instagram page. That kind of thing really annoys me so much. And it's something that I've been really, really careful not to do on Picastro. So because it's a completely independent thing, you don't really need to worry about people snooping on your messages. And I think that's maybe why 50-odd thousand messages have passed through the platform in the last 8 weeks, because people have realized that, you know what, this is a good place to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I did want to mention that Tom is actually the one that did design our Hall of Fame coins, right?
No, he designed our WVAA logo.
Oh yeah, the logo that went on our coins. Yeah, just kind of wanted to point that out and say thank you again on that. I really like the logo. It goes really good. And great work, man. I really like the app. I'm just like you. I post images all the time, so looking forward to it. And how me and Bill kind of met, we just, through astrophotography, we just kind of linked up on randomly on Facebook, and then started talking on Messenger and kind of just invited other astrophotographers on there, and that's just kind of how we formed our organization too. So
I've just looked at my rosy cheeks. I think I need to turn my heating down. It's really warm. I look like Santa Claus. I look like Santa Claus. Oh my God.
Wow, you look good.
I definitely need to turn my heat. I won't take my top off. I'll keep my top on.
Right, right.
No, thank you guys for inviting me along. I really, really enjoyed it. I hope it gave you a little bit of an insight into Picastro and why to use it, really.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. You're very welcome. And for all of our viewers out there and future viewers, go out and check out Picastro. Download the app, give it a trial, leave a review for Tom, and then join the community. Believe it or not, you get these Hubble quality images from your own backyard, folks. It is possible. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Always amazed the kind of quality of images that we do get from. I mean, obviously, we joked earlier on about going down that rabbit hole, Bill, but from back garden telescopes, getting these amazing images is just, it blows my mind every time.
Grab a scope, get a cell phone, and try to take a blurry image through an eyepiece, and the excitement grows, and it's that drive to continually improve and just see what's possible out there. And there's a ton. So, Tom, thank you very much again, and look forward to this partnership. And I'm sure we'll be talking quite a lot.
I'm sure. Thanks very much, guys.
Yeah, we'll leave links in the description too for the app. I'll go ahead and do that. And yeah, so I'll just make it easy for you guys. Just click on that and so we'll see you later, Tom. I appreciate it, buddy. Good talking to you.
Fantastic. Take care, guys.
Thanks, all. Take care.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's going to just about wrap up our deep dive into the new Picastro astrophotography image sharing app. A huge shout out and thank you to Tom McCrorie again for giving us a behind the scenes look at this app and its features. Also to Bill Brown, president of the WVAA, for joining us and sharing his insights as well. We hope this video has answered any questions you might have about the app and has gotten you as excited as we are about this incredible new platform for astrophotographers. If you're ready to explore, share, and connect with others in the community, be sure to check out the app and get started today by clicking the link in the description below. There's also a special discount link for WVAA members to use for 10% off that is only available to WVAA members, but anyone can join the WVAA, so you might as well take advantage of that as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content, and let us know in the comments what you think about the app. If you have any questions, we'd love to hear from you. Reach out to Tom on Picastro. I'm sure he would love to hear from you as well. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching and clear skies, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.